Hello, I'm Torrance Mayor Pat Fury, and it's my privilege to help introduce the 2022 Hometown Heroes Banner recipients. The City of Torrance has a long tradition of honoring the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Our Armed Forces Day Parade has long celebrated the active duty military. We have a memorial on the City Hall campus dedicated to those who paid the ultimate sacrifice defending our country. And each year in November, we celebrate all veterans with unique programs and events. The Hometown Heroes Military Banner Recognition Program, which was created in 2012, has been a small way we honor and say thank you to Torrance residents serving in the Armed Forces on active duty, as veterans, or those who have served in the military and are no longer with us. In 2012, a resident brought the idea of this program to Torrance after seeing similar banners in another city. Since its inception, Torrance's program has been greatly supported by members of the community. Cities across the region and the country have contacted our staff to learn how they can create programs of their own to honor the military in their communities. We are so proud that the 2022 Hometown Heroes program features 31 new banners honoring members of our community. I know we all look forward to seeing the banners hung every year along Torrance Boulevard and throughout the city. We thank each of our honorees as well as all members of the Armed Forces for their dedicated service and their sacrifice they have made for us and for this great nation.
The City of Torrance recognizes the following banners dedicated in memory of these veterans of the past. KAZUMI EGUCHI, Army, sponsored by the EGUCHI and Toji families. Antonio Carrillo, Army, sponsored by the Carrillo family. George Michael Estrada, Marines, sponsored by the Estrada family. Alex Rizzo, Marines, sponsored by the Rizzo and Fraley families. Greg Clark, Air Force, sponsored by the Clark family. Donald L. Mitchell, Navy, sponsored by the Mitchell family. Gordon Smith, Marines, sponsored by the Smith family. Joseph Litvin, Army, sponsored by the Litvin family. William MULVIHILL, Army, sponsored by the Litvin family. Joseph D'Amico, Air Force, sponsored by the D'Amico family.
These banners recognize those that we proudly honor as active duty members of the Armed Forces. Christopher Eguchi, Navy, sponsored by the Eguchi and Toji families. Colonel Anthony CROKKEL, Marine, sponsored by the CROKKEL and Arena families. Daniel Westra, Army, sponsored by the Baker and Westra families. Joseph Corkins, Navy, sponsored by the Corkins family. Joshua Adam Molina, Air Force, sponsored by his proud parents and brothers. Daniel Lowe, Navy, sponsored by the Lowe family. Jared STILLHARD, Army, sponsored by the STILLHARD family. Dylan Cervantes, Navy, sponsored by his proud parents and family.
Finally, we recognize and thank veterans who have served. David Eguchi, Navy, sponsored by the Eguchi and Toji families. Leon Silverman, Navy, sponsored by Friends of the Silverman family. Dana Barkwill, Navy, sponsored by the Barkwill family. Lance Brewer, Army, sponsored by the Brewer family. Leon Taylor, Navy, sponsored by the Perez and Taylor Morse families. Larry Bickelmeyer, Army, sponsored by his family. Robert Habel, Navy, sponsored by Mary Hoffman. Homer and James Geibel, Navy and Army, sponsored by the Geibel family. J. Oswald, Army, sponsored by the Oswald and Hunt families. Albert Pacheco, Army, sponsored by Gloria Diaz. Bonifacio Gilbert Griego, Army, sponsored by the Reyes and Griego families. Nicholas Acosta, Navy, sponsored by his grateful family. Michael DeManuel, Army, sponsored by the DeManuel family. For your sacrifices and service, the City of Torrance salutes you. To find out more about the Hometown Heroes Banner Recognition Program, including slideshows of all banner recipients over the years, please visit torranceca.gov/hometownheroes.